6 as they come back. Cross flags in the air. It will be halfway this time by Ziegler. Fended off Bernheisel moments ago. Right now a couple of car length separation as they work the high line. Robinson still well within striking distance. Those three have peeled away a little bit as they come back for lap number 6. Ross Robinson still back and forth. Piper holding on to fifth. Merkel in the 118 to his inside, looking for a position. He'll fall back in line as they come back to the stripe. 7 complete that time by Ziegler. 2 car lengths better than Brian Bernheisel. Another 5 back to Amanda Robinson. 2 laps to go here in qualifier number 1. Fifth mile track. They'll get around here quickly. Ziegler taking the white flag and trying to keep that perfect streak going. Bernheisel almost tickling those boards off at turn number 1 and 2. Chasing him down in 3 and 4. It'll be Mason Ziegler taking the ML Performance. Qualifying in heat race number 1. The 119 of Brian Bernheisel will be second. The 4 of Amanda Robinson. 7 of Ross Robinson, Jacob Piper, and Trent Merkel. They will be the top 6. So Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania's Mason Ziegler. He just refuses to be anywhere but the number 1 spot in any category right now, as he'll take the ML Performance top qualifying honors in heat race number 1. 119 of Brian Bernheisel. He did some testing here. We got to see some of those social media posts and watch a late model around this 5th mile track. Pretty impressive. The 4 of Amanda Robinson. Good run for 3rd. Ross Robinson, Jacob Piper, and Trent Merkel. They'll be the top 6 in that order in the ML Performance qualifier number 1. All right, set to do battle. Number 2 qualifier coming up, being brought to you by Velocita USA out of Lexington, North Carolina. 72 at Trevor Feathers out of Winchester, Virginia. He was well up on the board in time trials earlier tonight. He'll be starting on the pole, joined by the 11C, Trevor Collins out of Seaford, Delaware, as they make their way out of the staging area and onto this 5th mile. Action Track USA. Row number 2 tonight, the 11M of Spike Moore out of Defiance, Pennsylvania, and to his outside. That'll be the 10S, Dave Stom, out of Millmont, Pennsylvania. Final row tonight, the 19, Drew Weiser, out of Reading, Pennsylvania, and the 462 pair of drivers making their first appearance in the Fall Clash Series. Keith Walls, scheduled to go out of St. Thomas, PA. Thomas looking to be a scratch possibly in this second qualifier, as we'll go with the 4 machines we have on the speedway right now, make it 5. Again, top 2 drivers have already qualified right now. That is going to be Mason Ziegler and Brian Bernheisel. They already go to the dash. That is going to be coming up here in just a little bit. Being brought to you by Kirky Racing out of Canada. 4-lap dash. Top 2 drivers from this one also going to the dash event. And where they finish is where they start. It'll be Feathers and Collins. Pair of Trevors up on the front row. The Velocita USA qualifier number 2 for our Fall Clash Super Late Models. It'll be Feathers grabbing the lead. Collins and that 11C into second. The 11 of Spike Moore, that Jim McBee Motorsports entry, puts it down to the bottom and couldn't quite make the pass. You really got to be letter perfect around here. And Collins still holds on high side momentum into second. Going to be Moore in third with Trevor Feathers leading back for a quick second lap. Dave Stom out of Millmont, Pennsylvania. Millmont in that number 10 machine, holding on to 4th. He's got the 19 of Drew Weiser right on the rear deck lid. In 5th position as the leaders come by for lap 3. And Feathers trying. He's hungry for a Fall Clash Super Late Model feature event victory. And right now off to a great start tonight. Well up on the board, the Bob Hilbert Sports Spirit qualifying earlier tonight, drawing the pole in heat race number 2. And right now he'll take the cross flags halfway on the board this time for Trevor Feathers. Trevor Collins still in second. He has fended off Spike Moore and now opens up about a 5-car length advantage. Meanwhile, Drew Weiser in the 19, he moves around the 10 of Dave Stom and has moved himself up into 4th. Leaders off at turn number 4, lap number 7 on the board. It'll be Feathers working his way around this bull ring. Collins solidly in second spot as Feathers closes on the back end of the field. 2 laps to go this time by. And you think a 10-lap heat race will get you to the back end of the field quickly. Watch out for that 60-lap main event. And look at Feathers. Good move right down to the inside on Dave Stamm. Clean as a whistle as he works it through 3 and 4. Checkered in the air, Trevor Feathers. He'll take qualifier number 2 here tonight. Being brought to you by Velocity USA. The 11C of Trevor Collins. He'll wind up second. The 11 of Spike Moore third. With the 19 of Drew Weiser and the 10 of Dave Stamm. They are the top 5 in qualifier number 2. So a very convincing second qualified event victory for the 72 of Trevor Feathers out of Winchester, Virginia. That Cameron Man Motorsports PSI PAX entry, as he will make it into that dash race along with the 11C of Trevor Collins. That 4-lap dash coming up here in just a little bit, being brought to you by Kirky Racing out of Canada. Again, the 11 of Spike Moore winds up in third, followed by the 19 of Drew Weiser and the 10 of Dave Stamm. We are going to turn it back over to the 600s coming up for some qualifying action. And Barry, it's time for them to really get some open wheel action going. Oh, Barry's counting. What's going on? I see those lips moving. What are you doing over there?
5 will qualify out of each of the heat races for our 600 sprints. The top 3 make the redraw. No handicapping, no points involved tonight. Points are over. So the top 3 finishers make the redraw to determine their starting spots in the main event. 5 will qualify out of these heat races. We've got 4 of them coming up now for our Hyper Racing 600 sprints. And on the pole in heat number 1, out of nearby Shoemakersville, the 54 Dakota Bartlett. 14C, the winner the last time we raced here, Connor Gross, will start second. And lining up third, that's the number 78 of Aiden Donaldson. The 24, Kyle Hervey, scheduled to start fourth. Hervey is already locked into the main event by virtue of winning the match scramble. So moving up to fourth, scheduled to go fourth, the 65Z of Jacob Fisher. Don't believe that car is on the racetrack. The 19 of Jasper Zigafus then would move up to position number 4. The 33 of Mason Peters will start 5th. 33C, Matt Chowns in 6th. The 32 of Justin Burr lining up 7th. Aubrey Bain, the number 17, in the 8th spot. The 92, Sean Lawton, starting 9th. Kyle Hervey is out there, but can just use it as a little bit of a tune-up. He's already locked into the feature, as we mentioned. Been a great year. This is the 10th race of the season for these non-wing 600 sprints here at Action Track USA. Of course, lost a lot due to weather, but still a very competitive, great season. Timmy Buckwalter, the champ, also a 3-time feature winner this year. No one else has been able to repeat. Buckwalter, the only driver with more than 1 win in this division this year. Kyle Lick won our season opener. Kenny Miller III, he's in the field tonight. A winner in June, along with Connor Mirabelli, Christian Bruno, Adam Bouchel, Connor Gross, Steven Snyder Jr., a winner but in a winged race during the Kutztown Fair. Again, the top 5 move on to the 25-lap East Coast Facilities main event here tonight. Top 3 make the redraw. First of 4 heats on the Speedway for our Hyper Racing 600 sprints. And thank you all for coming out not only tonight, but supporting us all season long here at Action Track USA. Can't wait until May of 2026 when we fire the engines once again. Meanwhile, time to go racing, and we've got trouble in corner number 4. Yellow is out. Tough start for the number 33, Mason Peters, out of Chickasha, Pennsylvania. Running one of the Chowns entries here tonight. Front end damage. I think Mason caught one of the infield tires on the start, so unfortunate quick ending. We will have probably 2 B mains here tonight, or last chance qualifiers for the 600s. 4 heats, 2 B mains, the way it usually works. So they'll get to work on that car once he gets it back to the pit area and hopefully get Mason Peters ready for one of those last chance qualifiers. All right, going to try it again. Who's going to win the race to turn 1? That's going to be Connor Gross, the 14C. Gross out to the early lead. That's Bartlett digging hard in that second spot. But here comes Jasper Zigafus, the 600cc Performance, number 19. Zigafus squeezing up in front of Bartlett. He'll take over second. Now it's Aiden Donaldson's turn to attack the number 54. Number 78 of Donaldson holding down fourth. Then comes the 33C of Matt Chowns on the bubble in fifth. With the top 5 moving on. One car off the pace. That's a 92 of Sean Lawton. Sean should be able to get to the infield. And we will stay green as we reach the halfway point. 4 down, 4 to go. 600 sprint heat races, 8 laps in distance. And Connor Gross right now checking out on the field. Jasper Zigafus, good run to this point, holding down that runner-up spot just in front of Dakota Bartlett. Bartlett tapping on the tail tank just a little bit, letting Jasper know he didn't go anywhere. Bartlett looking to make the move, nothing there, so he tucks back in line. White flag waving. There's second, third, fourth. Here's the battle for fifth, and that final transfer spot. That's Justin Burr closing in on Matt Chowns. Gross wins it over Zigafus, Donaldson, Matt Chowns. So again, your 5 qualifiers out of heat race number 1. The win to the 14C of Connor Gross. Runner-up, great run for Jasper Zigafus in the number 19. Dakota Bartlett finishing 3rd. Aiden Donaldson 4th. And Matt Chowns, the 33C, wound up 5th. Heat number 2 will line up in this order. On the pole, out of Sparta, New Jersey, the 09 Vince Guici. Starting second, the newly crowned champion of this division here at Action Track USA, driving the number 71, the Wheelmaster General, Timmy Buckwalter. The letter Z, Chris Tittle, will start 3rd, and going 4th, opening night winner out of Catasauqua, the 11Z, Kyle Lick. The number 80 of Anthony Tramontana will start 5th, and in 6th, the one-time winner here this year, the 86 of Adam Bushell. 22K of Kate Mattern. 55S, Hank Steller. The 23M, Kenny Miller the 3rd. 2J, Jace Marshall. And the 01M of Aiden Myers. That's the field as we go green. Guici pulling the field down the back chute and out of corner number 4. Vince Guici showing the way on lap number 1. Buckwalter in hot pursuit. And we got a spinner in turn 1, yellow. 2J of Jace Marshall. Jace Marshall losing the handle down here in corner number 1. Putting us under yellow with 1 lap complete. 1 down, 7 to go. Great start for the 09 Vince Guici. Holding off Buckwalter there the opening lap. Kyle Lick going fourth to third on the opening circuit. So the 11Z of Kyle Lick will line up on the inside of row number 2. Back to green. That's Chris Tittle, the letter Z, in fourth. Last year's Spirit Speedway champion, Anthony Tramontana, rounding out the top 5 at the moment. Guici again, powering to the head of the pack. Kyle Lick now taking a look to the inside of Buckwalter. Nothing there. Kyle's not going to give up easily, though. Look at him roll the bottom perfectly. Buckwalter, though, really strong, right through the middle of the banking. Timmy Buckwalter hanging on to that runner-up spot. They race for second right behind the leader. Guici not able to get away. 4 down, 4 to go. Tramontana now to fourth. Adam Bushell on the bubble in fifth. The G.J. Oliver, number 86, Adam Bushell, in that final transfer spot at the moment. Hank Steller, the 55S, behind him. 2 to go this time by. Buckwalter getting away from Kyle Lick. Timmy now making another charge at the leader. Buckwalter taking a peek to the bottom. Nothing there. White flag in the air. Final trip around the speedway in heat number 2. Headed for checker. Vince Guici will hold off Timmy Buckwalter for the win. Lick second. Or rather, Lick third. Tramontana fourth. Adam Bushell finishing fifth. Great job by the 09 Vince Guici to hold off the champ, Timmy Buckwalter. Guici the winner, Buckwalter the runner-up, Kyle Lick third. The 80 of Anthony Tramontana finishing fourth. 86 of Adam Bushell, the final qualifier. Heat race number 3 will line up this way. On the pole, driving the 56, that's Tyler Henry. Second starter, .56 of Tyler Henry will be the pole sitter for heat race number 3. Alongside him, out of Taylor, Pennsylvania, the 24W, Zach Weisenflew. The 01 of Jordan Marrero will line up third. Going fourth and driving the 24M, that's Brody Miller. The 12S, Brianna Snyder, starts fifth. And in sixth, car number 42, Rocky Johnson. The 9C, Sean Case, will start seventh. In the 8th spot, good to have him in the field, the 46, Tyler Lindsay. 9th will be the 86B, the Rockaway Rocket, Danny Buckafuska. Then it's the 10L, Lucas Kostick. And the 44, Blake Ludwig. That's the field. Heat number 3 is green. Around the top, Weisenflew will pull even with the pole sitter. Can't forge his way to the front, though. Not yet. Great battle for the lead. And Marrero is right there in third. Sparks out of Buckafuska's number 86B. Meanwhile, Tyler Henry holding off a fast and furious battle for the runner-up spot. Now gives second to Jordan Marrero as he sneaks in front of Zach Weisenflew. Henry, Marrero, Weisenflew, top 3, followed by the 12S. Good run, Brianna Snyder. And right now in fifth, on the bubble, the 46 of Tyler Lindsay. Buckafuska running sixth. Good battle for seventh between Kostick and Brody Miller. 5 down, 3 to go. Look at Marrero nipping at the heels of the race leader. Tyler Henry will not come off that bottom. Marrero swinging wide out of corner number 4. Henry holding serve for the moment. Weisenflew right there lurking in third. White flag in the air. Final lap. Brianna Snyder solid 4th. Tyler Lindsay hanging on to the final qualifying spot. Headed for checker. Tyler Henry wins it over Jordan Marrero, Zach Weisenflew, Brianna Snyder, and Tyler Lindsay. Fourth and final heat race now for the Hyper Racing 600s. Starting lineup for the fourth and final heat race. Final heat race of the season for the 600s here at Action Track USA. On the pole out of Rising Sun, Maryland, the 44K Steven Snyder Jr. The 88 of Billy Calvert will line up second. Going third, the Hartley Hurricane in the 24T TJ Grieve. The Z17 Michael Knopf will start fourth, and in fifth it'll be the 127 of Corey England. Out of Deptford, New Jersey, Christian Bruno starts in sixth. Christian driving the number 5. The 5R, Chase Rogers, quick in hot laps. He'll start 7th. Lining up 8th out of Kunkletown. The 28P, that's Gunnar Pio. The 15L, Dylan Smith. And the 14J, James Roselli, round out the starting field. 10 cars, 5 more to qualify. 3 more to make the redraw. Here they come. Steven Snyder Jr. pulling the field down the back chute. Leading lap number 1 is Snyder. TJ Grieve, the 24T, blasting into that runner-up spot. Billy Calvert runs third, and then it's 2 by 2 by 2. And a great battle, 6-car battle for the final qualifying spot. Corey England off the pace now, the 127. Heading for the infield. Snyder pulling away. TJ Grieve trying to track him down. Calvert runs third. Gunnar Pio just pulled into that 4th spot. Battle still raging for the 5th and final qualifying position. Bruno working the outside. Michael Knopf there as well. Roselli throwing his hat into the ring. Look at Bruno now, blast the top. Bruno into that 5th spot, and he wants more. Whoa, we got trouble, and it is Christian Bruno involved. Everybody straightens out, and we will continue under green. That hurt Christian Bruno. He falls to the very back of the field. White flag in the air, final lap. Knopf and Roselli now run 4th and 5th. But the winner off turn 4 is Steven Snyder Jr. Fast and furious heat race there to wrap it up for the Hyper Racing 600 sprints. Wrap up heat race qualifying that is. And again, quickly, your top 5. Out of that final heat race, the win to the 44K of Steven Snyder Jr. Runner-up, the 24T, TJ Grieve. Great to have TJ back in the field. 28P of Gunnar Pio charging to third. The Z17, Mike Knopf finishing fourth. And the fifth and final qualifier, the 14J of James Roselli.
This is what you save your lunch money for. Welcome to the High Limit Room.
Hey, this is Kyle Larson, and you're watching the best pavement, dirt, and drag racing, all live on FloRacing. You have great racing on the track, you have great crowds.
Placed in less than